Okay, hello everybody. Today's date is August 20th, 2024. My name is Lester Williams, and I'm not going to go into a long, elaborate, detailed statement concerning why this video is being made related to its subject matters and disclosed content. Just stay tuned, you'll understand over time. Now, consider this. I just got done making a video that's 4 gigabytes in file, concerning the file size. I just concluded about 15 minutes ago. And as long as that video does not get compromised or edited, I believe it did capture some evidence. Now, what I did was, after I concluded the video, okay, hold on a second. Excuse me. After I concluded the video, what I did was I brought it back up and I listened to one time segment within it. I fast forwarded it because I had an idea of when the possible evidence got caught related to my statements about the possible evidence that got caught as I was making the video. Okay? So what I decided to do was go back and listen for that time segment. And I can hear it, but you gotta know, one, what you're listening for. So what I did was, after I heard it, what I did was I went back and rewound it to that point. And I got out this tape recorder right here. Which, by the way, this tape recorder is a very good tape recorder. I actually got 2 of them. The second one was just picked up by me from Amazon a few days ago. But this one right here is the first one that I bought. And it's a very good tape recorder. It's stereo. Okay? And it's got a very good speaker dedicated to right and left. So what I did was I brought this tape recorder up and I started an audio file. It's a little under 3 minutes long. 2 minutes and 28 seconds. And so the goal of creating this recording audio file was to scroll into the video to the point of what I was, where that possible evidence got caught at. And then I put the speakers up next to the speaker of the phone and then played that part of the video. So what you want to be listening for, okay, is you want to listen for the phonics of the word gang stalk or gang stalking being said within 5 to 6 seconds after I say, oh shoot, I forgot what that thing was I said. Bear with me a second, let me see if I can remember. Well, you'll hear it because, alright, so I'll tell you what you'll do, because I forgot exactly what I said in the video. See, I was making a statement in the video, and then I took a break between my speech in order to catch my breath, and then that's when it got propped up, if it did get propped up, because I gotta say things carefully. So when you hear me state from this audio file, which is a very short portion of the video being transferred over to it, when you hear me state, okay, I think it was the text of this or something like that. So I tell you what, you want to listen for the word gang stalk being said. Let me just play the audio file for a second. Hold on 1 second. So I'm gonna go ahead and play it. How to make bone conduction headphones, and I ran into a website that kind of breaks it down text-wise. Okay, so right after I say text-wise, between 1 to 3 to 5 seconds. Okay. No, hold on, because I gotta go back and try to rewind it. Okay, hold on. Alright, so in the audio file. Okay, within 8 seconds after I... Okay, now hold on. 8 seconds. So this is occurring at 19 minutes and 17 seconds into the video. Now there was another part of the video made today. Okay, so I'm getting ready to do it right now, because I had to wait about a minute for a really loud sounding helicopter to go by before I could transfer the audio from the video to this Garmin tape recorder. So right after you hear me say, text-wise, between 1 to 3 to 5 seconds, listen to see if you hear the word either gang stalk or gang stalking said, and it might appear that it said very faintly, but trust me, listen for it. You ready? Listen. So you're going to hear it between 1 to 3 to 5 seconds after I say text-wise, which is part of my speech from the video. Okay, and trust me, you'll understand what this is all about once you see the video and once you see some other videos, because I got a video series going related to this technique. Oh, absolutely. So listen. The sound's gone, so I'm going to go ahead and play it. How to make bone conduction headphones, and I ran into a website that kind of breaks it down text-wise. Okay. So did you hear it? Now, one of the reasons why I'm making this video is because I want my fellow Americans to know right friggin' now, when you see the video I made today, August 20th, 2024, in fact, let me show you today's date. I got to cover it up because I don't want anybody to see my voicemail number. I've never used voicemail or text messaging. I don't even know how. You can see today's date is August 20th. It's 1:53 p.m. The video got concluded about 15-20 minutes ago. So my video card, the videos on the phone I'm making this video through, will probably show, I think, the time that the video concluded concerning the electronic time and date stamp. Right? Now, at the beginning of this 2-minute long video, it shows me state the time frame where it was caught at in the video that this audio, that the evidence came, so the statement was caught in the video, and the time frame where this initial evidence was caught at is 19 minutes and 17 seconds. And the reason why I'm making this video, and the reason why I made the audio file is, one, I wanted to make sure it was caught. Two, I wanted to make sure that I had a backup copy of it, because three, I've seen many victims' exposures over the years, okay, openly show them state, many victims, separate victims, different states, different calendar years, their exposures openly showing them state that when they catch evidence and put it on YouTube, the perpetrators hack into the victim's account and edit that evidence out of the video. Okay? Now, there should be at least one other section of that video that probably caught some evidence. So consider this, and then I gotta let you go because I got stuff to do. Now, I want you to look at this audio file right here. Okay? Now, this particular audio file on this particular tape recorder is set for the correct date, but the time might be a little off. Because what I had to do this morning was, when I woke up this morning, this tape recorder was not in the record mode. In fact, it hasn't been in the record mode for the last day and a half, 2 days, because I've been by myself, and right now this microcard has almost got full memory on it. Okay? So when that occurs, what I'll do is I'll go in and erase the audio file that is dedicated to it being a recorded audio file of when I'm sleeping, because those audio files aren't always necessarily pertinent to keep. You erase those, and then you free up time on the microcard. Well, I figured since I was going to be by myself for the last 2-3 days, today included, I figured there's no real sense in going in and erasing an audio file, okay, and taping. And that's rarely done, okay, maybe one time out of 100, okay? So anyways, this morning when I woke up, it was already in the off mode. So what I decided to do was, I went into it, cleared out an audio file in the way I just told you about, and then I didn't have my phone on at the time, but I knew the date because I was on the phone earlier, and I had a pretty good idea about what time it was, okay? So let me just kind of show you, let's see here, bear with me a second. So currently right now it's 1:56 p.m., and if memory serves me correctly, I think when I set the date for 8/20/2024, but I didn't set the correct time. I just kept the time that the display was showing me. I think it was something around 10:30 or something like that. So it's over 3 hours long. So if right now the time is 1:56, that would be 12:56, 11:56, 10:56. Okay, and then another 11 minutes. Okay. To the best of my knowledge, memory serves me correctly. In fact, let me just stop the audio file. Okay, and then when you go up in here, okay, so I just stopped it. Oh, pardon me. Okay, and then there's record information. Okay. Well, you can see this. I can barely see it. Shit. Okay, so that's not. So what I'm going to do is go in here, bring up where it says latest recording, okay, and then I'm going to press here, And this will bring me to file information. There's a lot of dust on this thing. It's on the inside part, so I can't wipe it off. Okay? And so it shows that it's 3 hours and 11 minutes and 37 seconds long. But up there in the scrolling thing, you'll be able to see what time it started. 10:40 something a.m. There's the date right there. Okay, and then here's the time it started. 10:42. Okay, and then there's the date. 08/20/2024. So it got started at 10:40 something, not 10:20. So that's the right amount of time. Miraculously, this tape recorder kept the right time, even though I didn't set the time. Okay, from the previous audio file. It's just, I don't know. I don't know what other way to explain it. It's not really that important. So the time was pretty much right. I didn't have to go in and set it. The time was pretty much right. So it being dedicated to this date, okay, all right, so it being dedicated to this date and the simple fact that, consider this, the video file I made, okay, has an electronic time and date stamp on it. Then you take, so let's say if you, and this is an example only, let's say if you make a video and you conclude it at, let's say, 1:35 p.m. Now this is an example, right? And you concluded at 1:35 p.m. and the video is, I can't go back right now to tell you exactly how long the video is, because sometimes the memory card will make videos that are 33 minutes long, sometimes it will make videos that are longer than that. But all you got to do is go back in, and you got to look at the time that's on the electronic time and date stamp of the video, and compare it to the video length. And then that way you'll be able to see through reverse engineering that the statements in the video were recorded on the audio file on the same date and time. Okay? Okay? Alright? So in other words, the statements as I was making the video got recorded on the tape recorder, and both can be compared in order to discern it. Right? So the tape recorder picked it up too. Now this audio file that I just stopped, you see me stop the recording of it, shows me state that, consider this, say if you go to make a video at 9 a.m., okay, as an example, today's date, even though the video got started probably around, well, it concluded at around, let's just say around 1:35 p.m., okay, give and take a little before or after, okay. So you take the amount of time in the video, concerning the time duration of the video, compare it to the electronic time and date stamp of the video file, and you cross-reference it to my statements in my tape recorder concerning its electronic time and date stamp, and my statements that were caught on the tape recorder as I was making the video. So you'll be able to see that the audio file from the tape recorder was recording my statements in the video. Now, why is this important? Because I made a statement in the tape recorder right before I started the video. I said, let's see if anybody says gang stalk and or suck dick and or oh my god in between my speech statements in the video. Okay? In fact, I'm going to fast forward it. Hold on. Bear with me a second. Trying to get something done here. Oh, bear with me a second, folks. See, one of the ways that this is a crime that purposely protects itself by lying right to your face, by lying to anybody's face. But when we look at this type of evidence, if you can just bear with me one more second, I do apologize for the interruptions. that done. Okay. Now, so this is that video file. Let me show you again that it's being selected. Okay? It's right there at the top is where it says latest recording. You click on it. Okay, today's date is 2024. Hold on. Turn it up. Then what I'm going to do is I got to go back to the beginning of it. Okay, today's date is 2024. This tape recorder is set around the time of 10 what the fuck? Why does it say? It sounds like I'm saying June 20th. What the fuck? Oh, I'm saying 8/20/2024. Okay, so listen to this. Okay, today's date is 8/20/2024. This tape recorder is set for around the time of 10 something a.m. I'm gonna be sticking around the area all day today. Bone conduction headphones are absolutely fucking, let's just say, are they being sabotaged? Oh, you wouldn't believe what I've been through this morning and yesterday morning. Okay, so I say 8/20/2024, and it kind of sounds like June. So let's scroll into it. Let's fast forward into it. It's gonna take a minute here. Or some type of electronics in it, and probably a wire. Okay, so that's my statements I'm making in the video. Hold on. Inside the case also have through a line of the lower is trodes or where your TV or used that are occurring in gang stalker crimes. It is non-consensual human experimentation. Okay, now hold on. Gang stalker, when you do the inhibitor, separate piece side from app down. Remember what I said a minute ago? Speaking just right here. The Americans sound like a freaking mind. There's where you statement was gang stalk just said right when I concluded a statement. Oh, okay. Now hold on. They were on force, bitched them out and claim it. Video on, let's just say, in the environment. Oh, okay. Yeah, but you can record, make videos, and text work, speech works, and communication that are on the show. When I get the sports, when I literally, excuse my language, it's perpetrated. Okay, yeah, the statements I'm making in the video, I'm rewinding it back before I start the video. Refer back to the notes, study anything on it. I'm almost there. So when you do it, if you want to look it up, go get it. You pay attention to videos, they have two there, appropriate time. Is information extract noise, there's a condo, so let's just climb on. Time is 12, wonderful time. Okay. So let's see what's said. Just be patient, folks. You understand why this is important once you see a video series that's going to be dumped pretty soon. Okay, it sounds like garbage trucks make when they back up. People talking on the RP, which is a code that I use for legal, strategic, and security purposes. Okay, now hold on. Looks like the video's already started. I think I was just taking a break in my speech. Bear with me. Okay, so this is it right here. About right here. I'm gonna rewind it just a little bit further. Okay, it's at 1:41:49. Alright, we're gonna see if this video catches any fucking verbal communication from the direction of RP and anywhere else between my speech that has the are the words and phrases that have been caught on at least 9,800 audio files. Let's see if anybody starts hanging out directly parallel to this area too for any amount of time past 5 minutes. There's also a humming sound in there towards the right. Okay, now I'm going to stop it at, hold on. Alright, I'm going to stop it at 1:43 and 16 seconds. Now, before you heard me make that statement, let's see if any words or phrases are popped up on the RP that have been caught on 9,800 audio files. I had made some additional statements before that, also, showing me state, let's see if they pop up, landscape noise, helicopters, airplanes, people on the RP, okay, including people talking on the RP, but I fast forwarded it past that. And then, right before I went to go start making the video, the landscape noise got propped up. So folks, I want you to understand something about this video series that's up and coming. Okay, when you see the video series, you should also know that a audio forensic specialist can take my videos that this kind of shit's been caught on, and audio files, including audio files going all the way back to 2020, 21, 22, and 23, literally showing this type of shit being fucking caught, okay, between 1, 3, 5, and 12 seconds after I stop singing, humming, talking, or whistling. And that was discussed in the video that I made earlier today, that I concluded about a half hour ago, okay? Alright? So, you'll understand, you'll at least have an understanding about why that might possibly be done once you see that video. And if I can ever find an uncorrupted audio forensic specialist, and I say uncorrupted because it's widely reported that these same 6 satanic filth that's hosting this crime, they have such power and influence, okay, over employment descriptions, places, and much more. I mean, all you got to do is take a thorough look at the community-based gang stalking. That's a massive nationwide epidemic, which entails but not limited to the fact that tens of thousands of victims are all over the internet practically on a daily basis, openly stating that they're being gang stalked and subject to gang stalking techniques along all the routes, everywhere they go. Schools, libraries, post offices, banks, grocery stores, coffee shops, restaurants, movie theaters, laundromats, you name it. Bus transportation services, you name it. So, if they got the power just to do that aspect of this crime, not which, and if I went into a long, detailed explanation concerning what the victim endures through the community-based gang stalking, do you honestly think for one fucking second, hold on a second, shit, I already forgot what I was going to say because I got distracted in describing the community-based harassment. So, when you take a look at the simple fact that I got 9,800 audio files of identical to a T verbal harassment being propped up around me practically every single place I've been and went to and stayed at since 2011. And if I get arrested, that evidence can easily be stolen, even though there is massive evidence online concerning this, right? Nah. So, if I am ever able to go to, if they can collude with an audio forensic specialist to get that audio forensic specialist to say, I'm not exactly sure what my filters have produced, like, because if you take an audio file and you run it through the type of software filters that an audio forensic specialist would have, which then would filter out erroneous background noise and other noises that are not part of the specific evidence that has been captured on the audio file, Him blocking out everything else allows them to isolate the evidence. So if a audio forensic specialist, okay, can be privately colluded with, including before you even approach them. See, because what you got to understand about gang stalking is that these six satanic filth who host this crime are widely reported all over the internet to be, but not limited to, cyber surveillance or internet activity. So if you look up an audio forensic specialist on the internet, they can see that you're looking up one. If they see you're making a video talking about why you would approach one, okay, then they're saying, okay, well, this is then how we would collude with the audio forensic specialist before you even go there. If she approaches you with audio files, wanting you to filter out all background noise so that the words gang stalk, oh my god, and or suck dick that was caught in the audio file could be isolated so it can be presented, okay, then what you need to do is claim that you can't hear it. And I'm going to tell you something right now. Consider this and I'll let you go. I got video files and audio files, several of them, showing me play the Thanksgiving event to several different law enforcement units, UCSD, STPD, on different dates, where literally these audio files literally show two men standing less than 1 foot away from my chin on my face, yelling, gang stalking, gang assaulting, I'm gonna F you up, and they're not saying F, they're literally saying the word, F you up, while my tape recorder is attached in a pouch of my bra between where the breasts are. Now, the top part of the tape recorder is sticking right up. And how far is it away from the bottom of your chin to that location between your breasts? Probably less than a foot, maybe a little bit longer, right? And if the two men are standing less than 1 foot away from my chin and they're yelling it, they're literally yelling it, okay, as they're saying these things. Do you honestly think it did get picked up on the tape recorder, right? So you then take the audio file and you put it in videos. You also take the audio files and make copies of it so it can be on separate microcards to preserve it for different legal reasons. Okay, so you can have more than one copy of it, and then you play that audio file to several different police officers dedicated to different police departments, and they all claim they can't hear it when the fucking men are yelling it clearly, distinguishably. So if they're denied that, and if they can collude with an audio forensic specialist, well, that's, come on, folks. If you want to see the realities of what an audio forensic specialist can do, watch the movie The Fugitive with Harrison Ford. Now, in the movie The Fugitive with Harrison Ford called up his lawyer from a payphone that wasn't too far away from an L train. And an L train is an elevated trolley. And a lot of times when you got trolleys, they'll make trolley stops at different dedicated stops. And when the trolley is approaching the stop, the speaker will blast where the stop is at. Okay? All right? For the sake of the people who are on the trolley. And it appears in the movie that the sound of of that stop is also coming from the speaker that is right at that stop as well. So, oh, absolutely. So, what the marshals did that were after Harrison Ford did was they tape recorded the call between Harrison Ford and his lawyer, and they were listening to it, and they were trying to figure out where Harrison Ford was. So as they were listening to it, they heard the sound of the trolley in the background. Okay? So what they did was they ran it through an audio filter. And what that did is that drowned out all the other sounds except for what was coming through the speaker. And they were able to determine where he made the phone call from. Okay? So that's the same exact identical to a T's concept. Now, if I can ever find an uncorrupted audio forensic specialist, these demonic bastards are busted. And I'm going to tell you how. One, because of the simple fact that what would be provable as a direct result of what was caught, once everything else is drowned out, even though many of the audio files don't even need for the audio file to go through audio software filtering, because it's openly, clearly said. But consider this. Different locations on at least 40 dates. Different locations, different dates. This shit has been caught. Where either gang stalk and or oh my god and or suck dick and or suck my dick and or suck on the dick. Sorry about the language. Was literally caught being said within 1 to 3 to 5 seconds after I take a break from talking. Like I just did. Okay? Now, when you see the video I made earlier today, if any information in that video is related to why this would be done, then that's also proof. Because if I haven't got any medical evidence of anything discussed in that video, but then get the medical evidence afterwards, it's not only going to prove why it was done and the fact that it was done. See, there's ways of boxing these filthy whores in. Make no mistake about it. Okay? If you make a statement on one date and then you catch evidence of it in a tape, if you make a statement in a video file and multiple different tape recorders, different dates, different locations, showing you describe what's being done and then you catch it after the fact, it shows that it was already going on because you had to have a reason why you were stating it, and it shows that it's still going on, which proves stalking, collusion, okay, illegal tracking, felony harassment, a felony because they're conspiring to commit a misdemeanor, okay, and much more. So you think about what I'm saying. There are ways to catch these whores. In fact, check this out. I literally am aware of a video of an Oxford scientist who's being targeted. And she's saying the same thing concerning, hey, look, if you make a statement in an email file, a tweet on Twitter, an email file, a tweet on Twitter, a statement in a tape recorder, a statement in a video, once you send the tweet, once you send the email, once you make the video file and conclude it, once you make a video and conclude it, these all got electronic time and date stamps on them. And then you catch what you're describing concerning what you're enduring after these things are made and sent. It shows you had a reason to state it to begin with, and the fact that you caught it after. Okay? That shows illegal tracking, criminal surveillance, criminal harassment, okay, psychological brutality, and much more. So you think about what I'm saying, folks, because I have had it with these sick demonic bastards who are hosting this crime. I've had it with them. And I'm going to make one last fast statement, and then I'm going to literally let you go. I want to show you something here. This right here is a brand new set of wired bone conduction headphones. It's a brand new set. Brand new. Just picked up less than 3 days ago. Okay? Ordered less than a week ago. Picked up 3 days ago. And this set of bone conduction headphones, which I got 2 pairs of them, okay, has an amplifier on them, a sound amplifier on them, and it charges, okay? And in order for these to be bone conduction headphones, in order for the bone conduction to work, you got to have this part of it, which is the sound amplifier, and the mechanisms within it is what makes up the bone conduction, but you got to charge it. Now, I just picked these up 3 days ago. I'm not going to talk about why they're being used, but I just picked these up 3 days ago, and I got an identical pair just like these that were purchased about a month or 2 ago, but the left ear is no longer working without you massively having to continually tamper with it, concerning like the line. So the left ear is no longer working. And then I got another set of bone conduction headphones that are not the same make and model. That set do not have this type of amplifier, and they don't operate nowhere near as well as these do when these are operating correctly. Hold on a second. Okay, now I just picked these up 3 days ago. Ordered from Amazon, picked up at Whole Foods off of La Jolla Square Drive. They worked fine and perfectly the first day. Today being Tuesday, they were picked up on the 26th or 27th. Okay? So today being Tuesday, I picked them up on, wait a minute, when did I pick them up? I picked them up, I think, on Saturday. Saturday I picked them up, okay? They worked fine on Saturday night and Sunday morning. No, in fact, I didn't even use them until Sunday morning. So they worked fine on Sunday throughout the entire day. And then yesterday and today, they will not charge. Okay, I'm sorry. They will not. They will not last any. Concerning the sound amplifier, the battery staying charged. This thing right here staying charged for more than 20 minutes. Okay, even though they're supposed to last at least 2-3 hours. Okay, and it takes at least 2 hours for you to fully charge it again. So as a direct result of this, I'm not able to utilize them in the natural, normal way that I should be able to, which they are being used to assist me. Are they being used to assist me in combating certain things I'm enduring through gang stalking? Trust me. Now, I got evidence of exposures online by a ex-security specialist who's openly exposing Amazon's role in this crime against homeless people in Seattle, Washington. Okay? All right? Well, he says Seattle, so I think it's Seattle, Washington, right? Whatever. Okay? And he's all over the internet, and he's widely known amongst concerning his exposures by very educated victims. And it openly displays Amazon in his exposure videos, visually and verbally, right? Now, when you go to Google and type in at Google mail theft, mail delayment, and mail tampering to gang stalking, is this shit being fucked with before I go to pick it up? Because let me show you one last thing, I gotta let you go. The packaging that this came in the type of packaging that anybody can open up and get into it without it showing proof that it's been opened by anybody else. Okay? The bag that it came in is easily openable to where somebody can open it and close it right back up. In other words, it wasn't sealed. And then the package itself, anybody can easily get into because of the type of packaging that it is. They were bought through Amazon for $28. Okay? So if you got an Amazon app, or you can just Google this, you'll find these. Okay, and then order a pair, and you'll be able to see the type of packaging that comes in. I even mentioned it to the Amazon employee when I picked it up 2 days ago. I go, look at this shit. I go, the bag's not sealed, and the container, the package that it came in. In other words, it's an open package. If you go into a place like CVS and you buy a Bluetooth speaker, you can't open that box because it's got these sealed taped things on the front part of it and then the two sides. Well, the package that this came in is just where you pull it apart. Okay, no seals at all. Okay, so when I bought the first pair, because I got another pair just like this, I was able to listen to them once the thing was fully charged for up to 4 hours. Okay, and then when the battery ran out, I was able to put a charger and plug it into it so that while the charger was plugged into it, I could still continue to use it while it was charging once the battery ran out. Neither one of those things are now occurring with this new set or the older set. So how's that happening? And if they have any way to do this, because I got to watch my statements, it is all over the internet that this fucking crime can hack into any electronics, control the data, control the functions of them, and edit, alter, or delete any data in them, like it's a recording device, and it can remotely interface within electronics. And that technology is called remote neural monitoring. So that's just a tidbit I'm going to throw out there to you. So you can go to Google and type in at Google, the NSA versus John St. Aklewey, and I think his last name is spelled Aklewi. The NSA versus John St., ST for Saint, John St. Aklewey remote neural monitoring lawsuit. You'll find it in hundreds of different gang stalking victims blogs. Look at that information. Even the lawsuit openly says that Signals Intelligence can interface with any electronic device from a remote distance, alter, edit, or delete any data in the device, and control the electronic functions of it. Also, I got audio files showing multiple victims and scientists openly state that their electronic devices' batteries are being drained. Absolutely. So if you're using this to counter-react and combat certain things that you might be enduring, and they know it's interfering with what they're trying to do you honestly think that if they got that capacity, and if I'm being targeted with it, if my electronics are being targeted with that look, if you're being targeted with remote neural monitoring, then there's an extreme likelihood that they're going to target your electronics too. Okay? Because if what you're using is interfering with what they're attempting to achieve through you, and they got the capacity to disrupt the functions of the technology that's causing that you're using to interfere with what they're doing to you, and they got the capacity to fuck with that electronics, they're gonna do it. Or would they do it because they know that piece of electronics is interfering with what they're attempting to do to you? It's common sense. Okay, just like a lot of my TENS units, different makes and models. I treat them very well concerning how I handle them. They're turning off by themselves. Now, consider this. Say if you're a victim of wideband, wireless body area networked integrated implants, and if you're using TENS units to interfere with radio telemetry interface with those implants, and because a lot of the radio telemetry is operating through the skin. The radio telemetry, radio signal dumps through the skin from one place of the skin to another place where they got the implant at. And if the electricity from the TENS unit is interfering with the radio wave going from one implant to another, and they got the capacity to shut down the TENS unit, well then if the TENS unit is interfering with their ability to do radio telemetry dumps between implants per radio wave guides, then if they got the capacity to interrupt or interfere with the operations of that TENS unit, do you think they would? Because consider this. I'm aware of a victim who's got multiple TENS units. Once they identified where specific wideband routing protocols are at, where the radio telemetry interface, the routes the radio telemetry is taking, so that the radio wave dumps can get to the implants, and you put those TENS units on in between, it's going to interfere with that radio signal reaching the next implant. And then therefore they're not achieving their objectives. So how then can, let's say if you got a victim who's experiencing radio telemetry, radio waves, interfacing with implants in the lungs, the stomach, the kidneys, possibly even the liver, the pelvic area, even the heart, and other areas. And you put a TENS unit on once the victim has identified the routing protocol between those two implants, between those two areas, right? So the victim puts on a TENS unit, the victim starts feeling fine again almost immediately, right? And then all of a sudden, the victim realizes that they're experiencing pain again. They look down and the TENS unit's off. How's that possible? When nothing's being bumped up against it, nothing's rubbing up against it, it's not even being touched. Yet it turns itself off by itself after it's been fully charged and turned on and put at safe settings. How's it being turned off by itself? Okay? Especially if there's a sound in the environment that the victim has already identified to be more than likely connected to sound conversion to radio wave through a piezoelectric transducer from an ear implant. And if you turn the TENS unit on, then there's no sense for them to prop up the sound. But the victim puts it on, the victim feels fine, okay, and then the sound goes by, the victim starts feeling pain, just the victim looks down and the TENS unit's turned off, even though it was just turned on 3 minutes before. Think about what I'm saying. How are these TENS units, different make and models, kept in perfect condition, turning themselves off? And how are their batteries being drained? By themselves. You fully charge a TENS unit, right? And you use it for 15 minutes. You turn it off. You set it down. You go to turn it back on, and the entire unit is drained. And then as a result of it being drained, the time you got to spend to recharge it, you're being attacked. Think about what I'm saying, folks. The same things happen with my tape recorders, okay? I'm using a tape recorder to block out sound because I'm listening to an audio file, right? And then all of a sudden, this tape recorder starts playing sound, right? Then you leave the environment, and all of a sudden, the tape recorder starts playing sound again. Okay? Think about what I'm saying. Okay? Do you really think all these different devices, tape recorders, TENS units, tape recorders, TENS units, and what was the other thing? Oh, and bone conduction headphones. And even some tape recorders appear to be getting drained faster than what they naturally would be. How is this possible? Do you really think that these things are being ordered by themselves? If you got two pairs of identical to a T, same make and models, bought from the same place, bone conduction headphones, when one pair operates fine for way over a month, and then all of a sudden, it's not working, and the problems that it's having is identical to a T to the problems a brand new pair is having. Both problems with both ones are completely unnatural. Do you really think that's an accident? While at the same time, the 10 units are also being compromised. The bone conduction headphones and the 10 units are dedicated to inhibiting what they're after concerning the same exact identical crime. There is no way this is an accident, folks. It is completely mathematically impossible for all these different electronics to be malfunctioning, especially at the times when they are malfunctioning and the battery's being drained. It's completely impossible for it to be an accident. I gotta let you go because I got stuff to do. Have a good day, everybody.